I think an essential piece of advice so that for the co-teacher and the teacher to have is just having a conversation before the first day, or kind of just setting around what are the structures, what are the boundaries, what are the expectations of each other for the classroom. Both teachers in the classroom have equal status, and it's not one person over the other, or one person has more power. I think one of the biggest aha moments that I've had with co-teachers is just realizing that some students just do better with other teachers.
The benefits of team teaching is that when an individual student in the class might need some extra help, but the rest of the class is ready to move on, you have the ability to move on with the rest of the class while the other teacher works with that individual. Sometimes we have a group of students who need more coaching or more individualized training, or they have different questions, or sometimes the kids are shy and they don't want to ask questions in front of the whole class and they realize they can ask the other teacher. So it's really helpful. One of the primary reasons we use team teaching in this ELD class is because we have a group of students who are allowed to take their tests in an alternate setting. And when that happens, it's really good that the teacher's already there. So they're already familiar with her, and she takes them out of the room and they take their test in another room, so it's quieter for them and they can ask a lot of questions that regular kids can't ask during a test. There's no good cop, bad cop. Ms. Flores and I like to say we play bad cop, bad cop. It's really important to be on the same page and have a conversation about what's going on in the classroom before the classroom starts. Ms. Flores needs to know what I'm going to be teaching every single day so that she's not coming in blindsided. And she's prepping up the same material I'm prepping up. So if we're going to read a novel, then she needs to know that novel. No, your team teacher is not somebody who's going to go make copies for you. That's somebody, they're not they should be your equal in the classroom. It's not somebody who's serving you. It's an equal partnership, and they're there to help the students, not necessarily you. So I think that's important to remember when you're working with somebody else, is that they're there for the students and you need to use them for that purpose.
And this is the final question. Did you have any aha moments with the co-teacher?
I know that working with a co-teacher, the biggest help to me has been that she does a lot of the parent contacts for me. One, because she speaks Spanish, but two, because she already has a relationship with those parents, because during IEPs or other parts of their program, she's already had to contact those parents. So when she calls and tells them that something's going on in the classroom, she gets through better than I do. So that's been probably the most helpful part. And then she also takes time to stay after school with them. She'll be like, okay, you're all behind. We need to finish up these assignments. Meet me at Tuesday after school. So that's been probably the greatest thing.
One of the benefits of team teaching or co-teaching with a paraprofessional or an RSP or an SDC teacher is the collaboration that happens, and really taking apart lessons and approaching them in different ways. So for example, if we're working on a particular writing assignment, both teachers or both educators can come in and look at it and decide what scaffolds need to be put in place, as well as what strategies could be used for all students in the classroom community. Communication is key. That's one of the main things that really fosters a good working relationship with a co-teacher. The other piece is just being open to their ideas and your ideas, and making sure that you guys are collaborating together. And then I think also just continually focusing on the students, because I think you can sometimes get wrapped up in the nuances of teaching, or really being committed to a particular lesson because that's the way you've always done it. And with co-teaching, it really allows you to be open and focus on the students that you are teaching in that particular moment, because you might have to switch up plans from one term to another because the needs are different. And that's really, I think, one of the no-nos is to get too entrenched into the way that you have always done things. Co-teaching requires flexibility. It requires openness to another colleague's ideas. It requires you to, depending on if the general education teacher, if it's the gen ed teacher's room and the co-teacher's coming in, it requires an openness and a welcoming atmosphere. And so if that's not there, then the co-teaching experience is going to be really difficult.
So I think the benefits of teaching with a paraprofessional are that I have a lot of knowledge in my content area of mathematics, but having somebody there who is an expert in the special needs of students is very beneficial and really helps to help me understand how I can best present the material in a way that's going to meet the needs of those students who have those special accommodations. I think it's really important to get an understanding for what that teacher's teaching style is. Some teachers are a lot more laid back about their routines, and then some teachers have very kind of strict routines. So it can help to have an understanding of what that vibe is for that teacher and how you can best complement that vibe, or how you can best insert yourself in a way that would help make that, whatever that teaching style is of that teacher, make sure that that teaching style is not going to hinder the special needs students in any way. Because maybe if it's a fast-paced classroom, then you would focus your attention on making sure that those students, those special needs students, are transitioning very quickly. If it's a classroom where maybe things are a lot more slower and the activities are a lot longer, maybe you are ensuring that there's breaks for those students who need those breaks. I guess for my aha, I'm very bad with logistics of paperwork things and making sure that tests go to the right teachers and get put at the right time. So I think the aha moment for me was realizing that every paraprofessional that I've dealt with is extremely good at organizing where tests go, what students are going to be, what the students' accommodations are, so that I have a list of those accommodations when we take tests. And so just realizing that that's such a huge compliment to what I do, so I can focus on kind of the bigger picture. Then my paraprofessionals really help keep everything organized for me, so I can best help those students. From my mathematical standpoint, that was really a huge aha for me.
I believe that the benefits to co-teaching are a meeting of the minds. Basically, you get two completely distinct perspectives on how to teach a concept to students. And because students are different learners, it helps to have different perspectives. I also believe that as co-teachers, you have the opportunity to build relationships with students on a greater scale. For example, there might be a student in the class who really connects to my personality but doesn't connect to the general education teacher's personality, or vice versa. So it's really nice to be able to offer that to students, different personalities, different, different personalities, different life perspectives that the students can relate to. And of course, we back each other up. So classroom management tends to be really well in a co-taught class if both teachers are on the same page about what the class should look like, what it should sound like, and how students should behave. The advice that I would give to make sure that your relationship with the co-teacher or team teacher is effective is, number one, have fun. Have fun with each other, enjoy each other's personalities, and understand that your personalities are going to be completely different. One teacher might be an introvert while the other is an extrovert, and just enjoy and appreciate each other's differences and each other's strengths, and understand that together you all make a stronger package. The other thing that I would really say is respect each other and respect that each of you brings strengths to the table. A lot of times we can underestimate our co-teachers and what they have to offer, but when we take the time to really communicate and get to know the other person, we can see all of the ways that our teaching can be strengthened by having each other. No-nos I would like to share are, don't take things personal. When you are working with a co-teacher every single day, there are going to be days that that teacher's moody, there are going to be days that you're moody, there are going to be days that your students are moody. So just learn how to not take things personal and assume best intentions. If you assume everything if you take everything from a perspective of best intentions, then you're going to have a nice experience. You're going to understand that you're there to support one another, and you're there to support the students, and the students will vibe off of your relationship. So if there's conflict and miscommunication between you two, students can feel that, and it affects the class. But if there's respect and joy and fun, the students can feel that too. And then I would say don't judge each other. So I can tell you there have been days that I've had a bad day. And my co-teacher's like, I got this section, I understand you're having a bad day. And there have been days that my co-teachers have had bad days. And same thing, no judgment, just supporting one another and understanding we're all there to serve students. I would say my aha moment was me realizing I have a very strong personality, so it was me realizing that my way is not always the only way, and even sometimes not the best way. So being open to other people's perspectives. And I would say an aha moment too is that you can establish amazing friendships with your co-teacher. And yeah,